Heaven's Falls, which you've been given kind of a map of how to get there, and like general way, but they can't really spare anybody to guide you as they're having to figure out what they're going to do with all these new arrivals. So, now we can just wake up in the morning. Okay. In the morning, you all arise. It is kind of hot and muggy, like very different. Like the changes in climate that you have gone through, even from over the past like 4 days, have just been wild. You've gone from, kind of a harsher winter climate to, beachside, but beachside in the winter, so a little chilly, but still nice. To now you're just fully in the beaches of Hawaii. Um, so muggy, it's hot, sweaty, but still nice to be in the warmth. Uh, they have some food cooking kind of in that central pavilion. Looks like a big buffet style. Like come get some food and then go about your day. So you can go there. There's looks like workers are shuffling around still, like trying to make sure everything's good, taken care of for the people or for the people visiting, and trying to probably take more people on dinosaur excursions than they initially wanted to, but that's kind of where they're at right now. So people aren't really paying you any mind, but you can ask questions or head out after your meal.
Does my panther come back at all? Doing his little rounds. Has he been eaten yet?
Um, Roll for that.
That,
But yeah, you just had your panther go and explore, and it's around for 8 hours.
right.
So
What's that one?
the Greyback Trix Panther. I'll roll something else for someone else. Okay. Probably like in the morning, as you guys are maybe just waking up or getting ready, the panther does return. I don't know if you can really talk to the panther, but it does return. It looks like it might have taken a little bit of damage. Like it might have, like you see it actually kind of like covered in like this tar-like substance, but it seemed to, whatever it did, escape from that safely. But kind of what you can gather from it, it's a little beat up, a little tarred up, but um, it made it back, and then shortly after, probably poofs and disappears.
Oh.
Yep. So danger, but apparently not enough for your jaguar to survive. Let's see. So yeah, if you guys want to head out and start heading towards the northeast, you're kind of given that little blue circle on the island is kind of where you're going for. You've been told it's about a 26-mile walk, so it should take probably most of the day, assuming that things go easy. You may have to take a rest in the jungle for the night, but hopefully you can get there by nightfall. So, if there's nothing else, I will need somebody to make a survival check to navigate through the jungle.
My
I
wisdom
think
is
Christopher has the best
yeah.
survival. Yep.
Nope. No, I didn't move you guys. Okay, we're fine.
Roll. Come on. Survival. I'm clicking it. It's not doing anything.
just going to take a long time?
I don't know. Huh. What are you doing? We tried on the app. Hang on, sorry.
Oh, there's one. 18. Okay. Yeah, so honestly, probably checking in with that panther was a very good idea. Um, you're now on the lookout for kind of these tarry pits that might come um, into view, and you see them kind of throughout this kind of outskirts of the town. Like it's dense forest, and then it almost seems like you get into this boggy, like nasty area. So you're able to kind of pick out like where these pockets of this tar would be, and like walk over branches and different things like that. Yeah, so you are making good progress throughout through the uh, forest. Nothing's really trapping you. Do see some strange vines hanging down from other parts of this boggy area, and you kind of almost put together like with how dangerous it seems like most of this island is supposed to be. Like this, like is almost like a natural barrier for the little resort that if you don't know what's going through, like dinosaurs might not want to walk through here because they historically get caught in tar, according to the Land Before Time. Um, so yeah, you through there's vines hanging down, and like you almost like can see the vines kind of move, like following your footsteps. So you have to they look semi sentient, so you kind of have to hop step. But with that, everyone, as you're going through this and having to hop over things, I'll need a kind of a let's see. Everyone make a dexterity check. The DC is much lower because of the successful survival check.
Dexterity.
Okay. Oh Lord, you guys all made it, all succeeded. The DC was 10. Um, Thel and Christopher both, probably because Christopher, you're directing people, so you don't totally watch your feet. You do put your foot into the tar once, but like you guys both do at the same time, but are able to like grab each other's wrists and use your large amounts of strength to pull yourselves up before you kind of start getting sucked in. Um, and which is a good thing because like as you pull your foot out, like you see some like one of those tendrils of vines come wrap around your leg as you step into the tar that was almost like sunk under there, ready to pull at you as well. But with that, you are then able to kind of make it to the edge. It's probably about 5 miles of this tarish swampland that you get through. So you're probably about halfway. Your guess wise, and your navigation's going pretty well there. So yeah, how do you kind of want to proceed through? There's kind of like 3-stage journey to the falls. Just continue normal speed, fast speed, uh, slow and stealthy.
Normal's probably good.
Normal's
Yeah.
probably good. Yeah.
I don't know how stealthy we could be even if we wanted, so I think normal's fine.
Okay. 1 second. Let me come over here. Everyone make a perception, or we'll say whoever's at the front of the group and whoever's at the back of the group can make a perception check.
Might be at the front.
I'd probably be in the middle somewhere.
I'd probably be
Same.
back, I would guess.
Yeah. You two make a. Okay, 1 second. I'll pop that out. Okay. Yeah, Christopher, as you are at the front, you hear like kind of off in the distance, what is undoubtedly something large and a scream, um, something that that sounds pretty human. It's pretty much directly in the path that you are currently heading. So then you stop hearing the scream.
Oh, lovely. Can I climb up any? How thick is the jungle? Is it like? Is there any point in trying to get a high vantage point?
Yeah, you could try and climb a tree to get a better vantage point. It's pretty thick, and the trees are quite tall. I don't know how much you would be able to really glean. Like you could get to the top of the canopy and look out at everything, but you wouldn't probably be able to see anything back underneath the canopy.
Okay, maybe continue warily.
Okay. Okay, if you want to continue warily, you can definitely roll a stealth check. Hold up. This is kind of weird. Okay, so stealth check 15. Make some rolls. If everyone else wants to, and we'll go based off of a group check to set my DC to notice you. Okay. Okay, so let's see, that's 30, 40, 55 divided by 4 is... Okay. I should say... That's a natural one from that. So you guys are able to, like, after hearing this warning ahead of time, start sneaking through. And as you get to a certain part, you all kind of hear the rumbles. It kind of dies down as if it's not moving, as if something's kind of paused and waiting. And then as you are waiting there, kind of taking a little break, having some water, you kind of look and you watch a tree just completely bend from something perhaps running into it, and you see a giant lizard with essentially with 1 second, with a large plated head that has some massive spikes coming out of it, long tail, and it just seems to be lumbering through the jungle at this point. None of you would know what the fuck this is, besides the fact that it's about a 40-foot long lizard. Your closest thing would be the smaller like reptiles that you fought back in Zadash months and months and months ago. So this must be one of the big beasts that they said kind of wanders the island, but you are kind of hidden from sight. It doesn't notice you as it passes by. But also at that time, you start to hear kind of more rustling coming from a more northwestern, where you originally heard the commotion, and at that point you see trees starting to move over there as well, and the large lizard in front of you kind of stops and like looks weary, having noticed something moving out in the jungle.
We'll carry on, try to avoid them.
Carry on, try to avoid around.
Yeah,
Okay.
alone. Yeah, we're here to.
If you're continuing it, oh, go ahead. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
Oh, we're just here to fuck up some miners, not dinosaurs.
Not dinosaurs. Okay, so if you do that, we're gonna have to do another round of stealth checks as you try to sneak past this dinosaur that's maybe 40 feet away from you as you kind of hide behind some trees. It's going to make a stealth check too. What do you think a dinosaur's stealth is? Minus
-2.
one. Minus one sounds about right. Okay, and then we'll do perception.
I'm getting a bag of tricks ready. We've got a dire wolf running. Maybe we'll just have it run off in the other direction.
Okay. Are you waiting for a moment to let the dire wolf go, or?
I think it's just gonna go now and try and bolt off.
Okay,
Yeah,
bolt off like in front of the lizard, and
yeah, and we're gonna see what it takes with it.
okie doke. 1 second. Let's come here. Let's go to.
Did the ocean just catch on fire on the map?
Dude, yeah, that was me. I just noticed a thing that I don't think I'd seen before. Look at the effect tab on your your toolbar at the bottom.
That's awesome.
You can draw cones and stuff, but it's actually like your it's got effects that go with it. Sorry, distracted.
Where
That
is
was cool.
this? Effects?
Bottom
Under your
left.
dice thing. Like, if you're gonna
Oh,
select
I see it.
Honestly, since the last month that we
That's
played
pretty
this,
cool.
there's like 4 new things I have on here.
Every time I use my little frost sword, I can go in a little cone.
Kind of funny. Now it's all it's gonna be. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Oh,
think
you
I
can
need
change
to
the
drop
type.
out of this app because the app doesn't have any of my shared resources, so I can't pull dinosaur stats. It's weird. One second.
So close, yet so far.
Yep. Let's see. Now if I search here and go. Ah, there we go. There's all of my things I should have. Half red dragon Allosaurus. That's kind of cool. Anyways, yeah, so you guys are sneaking by. Your wolf darts in front of the dinosaur to kind of distract and start running. Is it running towards the northwest, which is where the other sound is, or which way is it running?
It's going back the way we came.
Back the way we came.
I mean, maybe at like a 45-degree angle, so it runs away from us.
Okay. I'm just going to put you all on this map just so we can have some sort of spatial awareness of what you're doing. Oop. 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 And oop. Okay, so you guys are all kind of huddled here.
I think
with a kind of behind a tree right here.
I think we still got the big map.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't move. Whoops.
Which we were causing hundreds of miles of fire to blow across.
Okay, there you go. You see that now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Much better. Okay, so yeah, you're kind of there, and then the this guy. Much better. This guy standing about here. There's like trees and foliage and that pretty densely everywhere.
Oh.
I'm just giving you that, and then you also heard like the rustling coming from over here.
Huh. Let's do this way. Yeah. Direwolf's running off this way.
Okay. Let's see. Direwolf. I'll just put a direwolf on the map as well. This guy right here. This week I learned that a dire wolf is not actually a descended from or a gray wolf is not descended from a dire wolf. They were two different, far enough away to say two different species of wolf, and evolved differently. And the reason dire wolves don't exist anymore is because the gray wolf adapted correctly and the dire wolf didn't.
I think I'm only a year in of realizing direwolves were real.
I am approximately 10 seconds. I thought it was a made-up creature.
Nope. Okay, so it starts sprinting out this way. This dinosaur is not big enough. Token isn't right. Oop. Let's see. And it's just charging out there. So we'll see if what person talk. Okay. From that though, you hear the large, loud rustling to the northwest start to shift westward towards that other creature, or towards your dire wolf, and with that also happening, the big lizard in front of you kind of gets spooked, and starts running towards the north, kind of like not quite the same direction that you need to go, but because you need to go a bit more eastern, but it starts moving, starts making a break for it. So, with all of that, make a deception roll, and we'll make a deception roll with advantage to see kind of how this whole gambit plays out. A 12. Okay. Um. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Gonna make a quick attack roll. The 7 plus 7 is 14. No, it's plus 10. Yeah, 17 is gonna hit the direwolf. I don't think there's any way the direwolf can survive this. You hear the yelp of your direwolf maybe about 60 feet, or however far this is. Probably about 80 feet off into the jungle to your left, as you hear it yelp and then hear no more sound, and hear a large amount of rustling. A tree kind of buckles and almost falls over, and through the end you can just see kind of the very tip of a tail. You have your distraction, but you need, if it's time to go. You have your distraction, but that distraction, you're still only got about an 80, 85 to 100 foot lead on whatever it is that just murdered your direwolf. That is now mad that its food just poofed into non-existence.
Yeah, let's run. And do we have any just meat to leave behind? I don't have any. I just have spices. It looks like my kitchen, like no actual ingredient, just the ingredients for things, but
no actual food.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys are kind of, this is your time to try to escape time. So yes, and just because I did do the math, it did kill the direwolf in one hit.
That's good to know. That was what, 34 points?
34-ish, yeah, 37.
Yeah.
So you guys can just start sprinting, full move, double dash, and all that away. But is there anything you want to do as you run?
If I think I'm just gonna try to run first, but if I see something, I'm gonna keep an eye out behind us. If I see something coming after us, I'm gonna cast Sleet Storm behind us.
Okay. I would say if you want to be doing that and just kind of preparing that, you're going to, all of you guys, if you want to run full speed and dash, you have to make acrobatics, or probably acrobatics checks or athletics checks. No, either are important. Athletics or acrobatics checks to kind of like start charging as fast as you can through a very dense, rooted jungle.
This one is less bad for me. Acrobatics.
Not that big.
That's a big boy.
Yo, that thing is.
He's like right here.
I do
Um,
another grayback of tricks and just have another thing run another way.
Sure. Um, okay, yeah. So Carrick, you everyone else can move, or Christopher, we also need an athletics or acrobatics from you.
There we go.
Okay, everyone except for Carrick can move their full movement and dash. Carrick, you're only going to be able to move a maximum of 3 feet, so you're going to be falling behind these other people.
Yeah.
And at that point, this dinosaur is also starting to kind of rumble up, but it's having a hard time moving through the jungle as well because how big it is. So go ahead and start moving yourselves the way you would. Everyone can move, dash, double dash if they, unless they want to take some action. We're essentially in loose initiative. It's kind of your group and then the dinosaurs. So everyone can choose what they want to do on that turn.
Is there a general direction that we feel like we want to be going, or is there like a path or anything, or no?
There is no real path that you're on, but you are trying to like kind of get out about like this way.
Okay. I'm going that way.
Okay. Do you throw out your gray bag of tricks?
Yep.
Okay. If that's the case, you can't use your dash action, so you only move 30 feet as well.
That's fair. Oh, another direwolf.
Another direwolf appears right in the middle.
I think he's going. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Say he's chasing.
He's chasing the Triceratops. Okay.
Yeah. He's going that way.
He's going that way. Felix, you do anything, or you just running?
I'm just running.
Okay, so yeah, move. You probably can move yourself. What,
10. Yeah, how far can I go? I can go like 80 feet or something.
Yeah.
It is way up here. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can catch up with the other dinosaur.
Can I climb a tree and maybe like go 40 feet instead, like jumping from tree to tree? So I'm above.
Yeah, you're up in a tree right there.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, you have your second story where you don't get up like super high, like into like you're high enough to be outside of reach of anything, but you can still see your companions down on the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and move my dude. It's like about here.
Perfect. And you are up in a tree. And Fel, do you do anything, or are you just running as well?
Yeah, and I kind of rear guard it, so I'll just stay between Carrick and the massive dinosaur that would eat him in one bite.
Okay. Yeah, you can move to be about you can move to be wherever you want because you can move your full 40 or 60 because you're not taking any other action. So you get up there and are kind of protecting. At that point, the T-Rex is going to how far can the T-Rex move in a turn? 50 feet. It's going to move up here. Bite, reach 10 feet. Oh, it almost could have bit the dire wolf because it can reach 10 feet with its mouth. So yeah, it's actually going to just use the rest of its action to close in behind. At which point the Triceratops looks to be it's not getting away and looks to kind of like mount up. So you have the Triceratops and the T-Rex and the dire wolf all kind of looking at each other now. Which in that case, actually, the Triceratops will turn since it can move that amount, it is going to use a trampling charge. So it uses its gore attack. Okay. We're just going to roll these with the board. That definitely hits the T-Rex. T-Rex needs to make a strength save. Which is +7. Of course, it won't work. Succeeds. So it doesn't, but the you watch as the turns around and gores into the T-Rex, kind of like knocking it off its edge a little bit, but it's a T-Rex. It looks just fine. He takes a total of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19 plus 6. 19 plus 6 is 25 points of damage. They look to be locked in combat. With that, it's back to the players' turns. And if anyone starts engaging, we'll roll actual initiative. Or if it's still in run mode.
I assume we're gonna just hope that they distract each other here.
Yeah. I would say though, like to get you, they're kind of now semi in your path. Like you have to get pretty close to them unless you want to just run off into the jungle a different direction, but which may have its own dangers. But
I don't have anything to distract them with. Like,
Well,
I don't think anything's gonna distract 2 giant dinosaurs.
let's just
There's gravity sinkhole the dinosaurs again.
yeah. Let's try Sleet Storm. I'm gonna Sleet Storm like with them at the center of it.
what do I need to do for that?
So basically, it's just a 40-foot radius cylinder that becomes heavily obscured with freezing rain and sleet, and the ground becomes slippery and difficult terrain. And every turn they have to roll to not fall prone. Let me cast it.
So 40-foot cylinder, 20-foot cylinder, 40-foot radius. That thing's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Circle. So like there, or do you want it like?
I want them a little bit more like it more towards us, because I want them to have to. Yeah, I'd put them more at
Like, are they just the center of it?
I don't want us fucking in it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean more
Yeah,
more
you do
away from
kind of
them.
have to like the path that you would go is kind of going like you want to go like that way.
Okay, all right. Well, how about I put it right up to the edge of Felix. How about that?
Yep. Okay, so I guess I will draw a big old circle. Like right like that. It needs to be big. I guess no, I can make the hold on. Nope. Nope. How do I do this?
I would do center here.
I think with the measure tool I can actually make it linger.
Yeah, that's about right.
We'll just say that. Okay. And so I guess with that, then I can draw the actual. Nope. Nope. Don't do that. Don't. Okay. Okay. So there. That's your turn. You can move your 30 feet as well. But do they all make a when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn? Okay, so at the start of their turn,
Yeah.
they're all going to have to make dexterity saves. Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
I'm gonna try my pipes of hunting.
To scare the dinosaurs?
Yep.
Okay.
I need to get within 30 feet of them.
Okay.
So they right up
You
around
probably can't see them right now. I don't know if that's
Is it heavily obscured?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's heavily obscured. Make a perception check to see if you can notice them at all.
here. Okay.
I mean, he can. I would say if it doesn't require them to see and just hear, then I think it's fine
Yeah,
as
it
well.
just says each creature within 30 feet of you that hears you must succeed a DC 15 wisdom.
Does that include your friends?
Here's you. Oh, huh. Yeah, probably right.
I would.
Wish all creatures in the area that aren't hostile towards you automatically succeed.
Where did we put the Switch chargers?
It should be in the cabinet
Which cabinet?
downstairs. By the where the okay.
So I can choose to have people succeed.
Okay, yeah. You choose your friends to succeed.
Yep.
Do you want your direwolf to succeed?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what do I need to do?
DC 15 wisdom.
DC 15 wisdom.
Yeah.
Would you believe that dinosaurs are dumb, but they aren't unwise? Triceratops gets a. Oh. Triceratops fails. And Tyrannosaurus Rex gets a 12. Wait, let me check something. Oh, they both have advantage on this because they are magically resistant. Triceratops still fails. Tyrannosaurus Rex still fails. So they are both afeared.
All right.
Read Pipes of Haunting real quick. Pipes of Haunting.
So I can try again until its turn.
Yeah, but it's frightened, so it cannot move any closer to you. Okay.
That's what I wanted.
Yep. Okay. I will say, unless there's anything you guys want to do, if it's just starting to book it, you are in a situation right now where you can safely move by, as these things are going to duke it out because they can't. You have to think these dinosaurs just hear a haunting sound while in the middle of a whole bunch of freezing fog, which has never existed here. They can't see anything and they're scared. So the threat is essentially neutralized. So if you all want to just say we continue moving, you continue moving, but they will continue making their saves as they also fight each other. So the Triceratops saves the next turn, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex does not save. So the Triceratops can move towards you, but it is still currently engaged with the T-Rex. And it hits the T-Rex for another 25 points of damage. T-Rex
say
takes
one of
it
them-
two attacks.
One of
Two
them
is
is prone. Is that what you said?
No, the Triceratops no longer is afraid. But
Oh,
we'll check to see if either of them fall prone. They both fall prone. They're just there's a comedy of errors going on right now. You guys can escape this.
The worst version of Jurassic Park.
Yes. The like least amount of excitement possible.
Poor direwolf is caught in the middle.
Direwolf is dead as hell. Let's
They
just
make the dumb Chris Pratt hand gestures too. Even though they can't see me, I'm just gonna be doing that weird
yeah.
that thing the whole
Yeah.
time.
No. What's that video?
Just imagining the scene when the T-Rex attacks them in the explorers on the track, and instead of like successfully knocking anything over, the T-Rex just falls off that cliff and dies instead.
Yeah. Can you guys hear this?
What was that? Not really.
Heard the beginning.
Okay. I'll just post it. This is what this is the version of Jurassic Park it is. Of course not. Because I hit command every single time I use this computer. There you go. Well, you guys all escaped. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite.
We'll move to a different map.
I don't know how to use Discord. Where is it?
It's in Roll20.
Oh,
I can't. That's great.
So you guys continue to move through the forest, maybe at a relatively faster clip, knowing that there's dinosaurs out and about. Let's see. Okay, we'll need one more check to kind of get through the forest. It's anyone can do. Someone just needs to figure out like how are you helping get through the rest of this forest. You kind of use survival, you've used perception and stealth and all that to get through the dinosaurs. What did someone want to do to help like navigate this last leg towards the falls? I would say you might have gotten a little bit turned around with the dinosaur excursion. You might like have to have taken like a get more out of the way than what the initial thought of how you would go would be. So that's kind of what this role is representing, is how well you're able to kind of get back on track and all that.
I guess I'll just climb up a tree and see where we are.
Okay, yeah, you can climb to the top of the canopy, and actually, I'll say you can't do it because you've done the other one, so someone else has to kind of helm this leg of the journey.
I'm not climbing a tree.
Thinking the same thing.
I mean, I'm in a tree.
Yes, Felix has just been running above you all from tree to tree, hanging the fuck away from the ground.
I have
So,
cast disguise self as a monkey.
yes. Yeah, if you're up in the tree, you can get to the top of the canopy and kind of try to like re-triangulate yourselves about that. There's no real penalty for failure. This just kind of will see how much longer it takes you to get there. So if Felix, you
Am I
want to
doing
make
survival?
you can do survival, you can do a perception check, you could do
Let's do
any
perception.
anything you want, really.
Oh boy.
Yep. You
Let's do a religion check.
yes. You pray for a little bit and no, so with an 8, you are up in the canopy and uh yeah, you see kind of like the most direct route. So you say that, hey, let's like reorient, let's go here to here. Because you kind of see, you can almost see like this kind of like a little bit of a outflowing river up to the um or actually I know we can do this one. To the uh northeast, and you said, okay, if we can just like maybe go over towards the beach, go inland a little bit and just kind of follow the natural path there, that might just be the easiest way with how we've gotten. um However, like during that time, you try to get like to the beach part um, of the island, you run into some more of that boggy, gross tar-like stuff, and it doesn't seem like this is going to be faster in any way, shape, or form. So you kind of with the other clues that you had of the place, you start heading in the correct direction. It does start getting quite late, and probably by the time you guys get there, it's hot, it's muggy, and it's definitely nighttime now. As you kind of get to almost a slowly but clearing area of the jungle where it seems to like be thinning out as it gets it's even like dropping down. You didn't even realize that you had been maybe going uphill a lot of this time towards the volcano, and now it's dropping down, thinning out as you kind of see this little valley with a river running straight through it. But since it has actually taken you, you've gone a full day and probably a little bit longer. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, having been packing it through the desert, or not the desert, the jungle.
Sick.
um,
Damn, everyone's
okay,
constitution
so
is so good compared to mine.
+5, +7, +9, +2. Um, so let's see, that's failure. Felix, for sure, you thought that going through the trees might have been a good idea, but then you realize you've just been using your arms and your legs to jump through all of this. So at this point right now, Felix, you have um, 1 level of exhaustion after the day's trek through the um, through the jungle, and this kind of sets in like you're just exhausted. You had to climb up the trees a few more times to point you back out to where we're supposed to be going. So you're just winded as you sit on the kind of the edge of the tree line, looking down at this small valley with um, an outlet of a river or an inlet, an estuary. Is that what you call where the ocean meets the a river meets an ocean, something like that. Um, Hold on. This map will not be to scale, but it's just kind of a general like what you see from your current vantage point. Kind of what you are seeing. Let me pull you all onto this map. I guess you're on this map. Can you see my bad drawings?
I
think it's
see
view
lines. I see boxes.
Okay.
I see a circle.
So,
Good.
kind of how you can see it. It is dark, but there's lights and lanterns going on. You see about small shacks and tents run along the edge of an estuary. I did write that word down. Leading out of the ocean or to the ocean. Even at this hour, there's hustle and bustle, lights and torches are going on. Going on as people move between the shacks and tents with boxes and sacks. A long ship is anchored just off of the shore, where it seems there's skiffs coming back and forth, shuttling items in most of the structures look like they had been there for quite a while. They're small, shacks, which you can imagine was like where you would stay here when you came to the island of Vo to come to the Heavens Falls. And now you see what they meant by an upside down waterfall. You see like this at the base of this river where there's a sheer cliff behind it, a rocketing waterfall. But instead of all the commotion at the bottom of the waterfall, the water is just shooting straight up, and it's almost in the air is where you start seeing like the water dispersing. Like think of Old Faithful, but infinitely more powerful. That's the lines shooting up there. It looks that it shoots up about 100 to 150 feet straight up, and then there's a shelf of a cliff up there where you can kind of see to the edges and the surrounding sides there is still jungle. So it seems like to get up to the top of that you would have to trek through some more jungle up half the cliff to get up to that upper area. And yeah, that's kind of what you see now. You see there's probably, if people want to try to scope out how many people there are or anything like that, you can make some checks. Or is there anything else you want to know about this area? Say the long ship is probably about 200 feet offshore. Yeah, this isn't to scale. The river is probably about 20 to 30 feet across. And yeah.
So the water just comes back down, is that right? Or
kind of, it's almost like there's like, you can see over there like almost a small amount of mist that's always falling from over there. But yeah, the water is shooting up 100 some odd feet, and it's not like a small stream of water. That hole of where the water is coming out probably takes up 3/4 of the width of the 20 to 30 foot river. So it's like a column of water.
So who's feather falling? Who's going in and
who gets an atomic enema and feather falls the way down? Yeah, so you guys are sitting on the edge of the tree line, probably maybe like close to less than a quarter mile, but a good 800 yards from. That is more than a quarter mile. Yeah, we'll just say about a quarter mile from the actual like the nearest building, and like I said, the it's getting dark. It is a full moonish. Like there's good moonlight here. There is quite a bit you can see relatively well for how late and dark it is, especially because of all of the hustle and bustle. The place is lit up like a camp that's very well lit.
And you said there are people like hanging around in the camp, messing.
Yeah. It looks
we can't
like.
really...
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Are they? What? I can't remember. Do we know anything about these people from our discussions prior to leaving the resort?
What you would remember is that they've always kind of butted heads for territory. Like this being, it was for a long time, or not a long time, but for a good amount of time, it was kind of you stay out of our area, we stay out of your area. But recently, the mining company seems to have become very aggressive in like taking this, and this was like the most hostile move for sure, where they like came and took this area by force, kicked a lot of people out. They don't totally know what happened to everyone that kind of got run out of this area. But it does seem that it's like more of a more recent occurrence that these that it's become a lot more hostile, and from no provocation of theirs, at least that you learned.
Okay.
The idea being that they just assume that for somehow the mining company knows something opened up here for as a new vein or something like that, but they don't really know why it suddenly has gotten like this.
How many people do we see down there? It's like
probably like if you're looking, you are a quarter mile away, so it's a little hard to see unless you have some form of like a spyglass or something. I don't know if any of you guys have a spyglass or binoculars or something like that.
do we have that? I can't remember.
I mean, possibly kicking around in our bag, but
But looking around, I'll go ahead. You can make a perception check with disadvantage, unless you have some sort of spyglass. Then I'll let you make it straight. It's just you're far away and it's nighttime.
Okay. I don't think so. With the goggles of object reading. But
Yeah,
I don't think that's gonna do it.
that is for close-up things that are magical.
that's what I was thinking of. I remember there was something. I take those out and try and see far away.
Okay, well, now you roll with double disadvantage. Not really, just disadvantage perception to try and get.
Cross-eyed now, trying to actually look for distance. Yep.
Yeah, your best guess is there is anywhere from 10 to 120 people out there. I would say you don't have a good clue, but if you're taking into account the boat that's out there, the boat you were on had 40 people on it, so this one's a smaller boat. And then there's just so much hustle and bustle, you don't know how much of that is, you just can't get a good bead on the amount of people. Like each one of those groups of flames could be one person, it could be 4 people. So
Is there any reason we don't just kind of just stroll our way through there and kind of feign ignorance of anything, like any wrongdoing or any conflicts? kind of
Oh,
thing.
is this the activity where we pretend to fight the miners? Yeah.
How
Very
bad could they
opposite
be?
mindsets. I'm sitting here thinking, how can we just blow up their ship? And you're like, let's just walk through without a care in the world.
Hey, both are valid questions. If you want to go out and blow up a ship,
I have 2 wind 'em up loud boys. We could just set off and see how they react to that.
Wind them up, loud boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's from a long time ago.
that you guys got those from
I think we
Hubbard.
may. Yeah. Okay, that was a long. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. That is definitely over a year and a half ago.
Come here.
We've just been sitting here. I think we got like
Also-
4. And
Maybe the worst named magical item. Yeah. Think about what you want to do. I need to go to the bathroom quick.
I think we need a good like a reason that we're here, and then we can just be like, hello, we're looking for lost vacationers. They wandered away from the resort. Have you seen anybody? Stab.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have super strong feelings or opinions on what we should do.
That's the one thing that's so hard, and I guess you just have to have a DM that could be willing to play ball, but in my mind, you like get this whole ruse and you like have a dagger at your back and then you stab somebody directly in the throat at close range. Like, you can't play out scenarios like that because the mechanics of combat are like, he takes 4 points of damage. I'm like, I just stabbed him in the jugular. He's dead. Calm down. Like,
Yeah, that's yeah.
I guess you just gotta try and finagle it to see if your DM is cool with you one-shotting people. But if you roll right and put enough effort into it, they might be.
I think if you roll, or if I sneak up on somebody and stab them in the neck, like, they're dead. But that's only one of potentially like 40 people, so it's like
Yeah. Help us here. I'm just thinking how I would approach this in Assassin's Creed, just sneaking through the bushes, taking them out one at a time. But you have to be able to one-shot them to do that.
yeah.
Okay, do we know what we're doing? Oh, is everyone just stepped away? August got a fish for Christmas and named it Freddie after Freddie Freeman. And it made me very happy.
What kind of fish?
Just a beta fish. He had wanted one for a long time since his other one died, so.
I left work for a week, and I'm just looking at all of the shit that has happened since I was gone, and everything blew up while I was gone.
Oh no.
I was like, oh my god.
Well, and I mean, right now is it just it's all billing in and processing enrollments, isn't it?
The LEP rates were finally released. So all of the work to make sure that our LEP rates are up to date, and we are sending the letter that tells people about their LEP rate change and all this stuff. And CMS is just a shit show. They send us 2024 rates for 2025 time spans, and we have people that have both. It's just a nightmare working with CMSs. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They did like a big migration to AWS this past year, and ever since then, things have just been.
It's that initial cloud migration that things just stop working.
Yeah, and like they sent a bunch of payments for premiums from Social Security, and like they're just wrong. And like we bill people based on those payments.
Yeah.
And it's just bad. It's just bad.
Now it was such a weird year because of all the PDP or two PDP carriers mainly said, "Oh yeah, we're not paying commissions on these plans anymore." Wellcare and Aetna just said, "Oh yeah, if they're enrolled in these, or you don't get a commission if you sell these anymore." And we're like,
Yep.
"Well, then we don't want to fucking sell you, and anyone that is in you, we're gonna push to re-enroll in someone else because."
We forecasted that happening, and we're like, yeah, people are gonna switch off of our plan and go to like Aetna and whatever, and then they're gonna realize that they're not getting commissions.
Yep.
And they're gonna put them back on our plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Wellcare is such a shitty carrier. Yeah. That was a chaos. Yeah. Chaos for and it all happened like a month before the season. Everyone was shitting their pants, but then we had so many PDP re-enrollments that we actually had a great season. So
yeah, we're also using CVS as like to coordinate our MPPP, which is like a new program that is being piloted by CMS that we have to do, and we're using them for all of the pharmacy claim information to build out the bills. Like, okay, well, I will do our part, and our part will be correct.
And then just cross your fingers.
As long as what they send us is correct. It's crazy.
Anyways, not a very interesting domain for 99.9% of this group.
Yep.
Myself included.
Farming banking, so that's going to be even more fun.
Hmm?
Going to be working for a farm bank.
Farm bank?
The one that does all the farm subsidies. So
nice.
That sounds like a step even more interesting than health insurance.
Everything is interesting in their own when you get to the idiosyncrasies of the domain.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that
talking about it on the surface level,
the world works is astounding.
I don't think it really works. No. I think the world is getting by.
Yeah, that's what I mean by works. The fact that any of us are alive at this moment.
We're getting by.
We're just faking it till we make it. Okay. Did you guys come up with a plan, or what's
I don't think we really came up with a plan. We can either go in guns blazing or I think TJ kind of said like we should just go pretending that we're looking for lost travelers, lost resort tourists. Try and walk our way through.
Yeah.
We'll blast our way through if we have to.
Yeah, that is perfectly fine. So, okay, you're just gonna stride right in then?
Yeah, is that wearing plate armor right now?
I would assume.
With
That's
a
really funny.
Hawaiian shirt on it, so it looks fine.
Yes, everyone has their Hawaiian shirts on, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So yeah, so you guys all kind of walk down. You're walking down from kind of like right. Nope. Doop. 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 So all is kind of walking down from down here. You would see that most of the buildings on this side seem to be more dark and dormant. A lot of the work is all happening on the other side of the river. As you do get closer, you do see kind of a makeshift like bridge that crosses the so people didn't have to swim through. It's only about 5 feet wide, so it's kind of a one single file bridge, but it looks finely constructed. It's just that but yeah, as you guys kind of come down, I guess we'll make some perception checks to see if anyone notices you on your way down. Yeah. So as you guys get like kind of maybe 100 feet away from this lead building, someone says, "Who goes there? State your business. Are you one of us? Are you a part of the mining company, or are you? What brings you here?" This area is currently under the domain of the what's the mining company's name? I think it's Pearl Bank. The Pearl Bank Mining Company. Do you have business with us? If not, please leave. You guys can kind of see it. There's now looks like someone stood up with another person next to them, holding some torches up, so you can see them. It's still relatively dim. You're still 100 feet out, but they have crossbows in their hands. Just kind of seems like small guard duty, leather armor. Nothing too fancy here.
I assume I'm not going to be the one to speak up.
Please state your business. If you have none, please leave. As such, you would be trespassing, and we have authority to use lethal force.
If you use lethal force, like my friend here will lethally force you off the ground.
Whoa, friends. We were just sent from the resorts back to the south that direction, and we were just looking for some lost tourists. Curious if you guys had seen anybody coming through here.
You see kind of a sigh from them. We forced everyone out a few days ago, a while back. Some have decided to stay. We have them locked up in the brig. As we said,
Wait, you say force? Force sounds a little. I mean, this was the resort's land. I'm a little confused by force. Can you?
We have writs from the Concord that we may use this land for mining. All of it. The resorters, as I said, would not comply with said writs, so we took by force what was needed.
Damn, you killed him?
So
No,
you have the
away.
paperwork.
They decided...
I need to see the paperwork to support that. I don't know how close we've got at this point, but I kind of.
You guys continued moving up.
Yeah, of
Partially,
course. We keep encroaching on their land.
Yeah, we did. I don't think we
partially
understood.
like trying to do it from farther away, but I have one of our. Which one should I use? I guess the Ogden Trust badge. I kind of am holding it up, but we're far enough away that I'm hoping that they don't really. I'm like, we're gonna need to see that paperwork because we've heard something different from the resort side of things. So
Nothing
you
is
using
funnier
the one
than four people walking in Hawaiian shirts presenting as an authority.
Hey, have you ever watched Magnum PI?
Hawaii 5-0.
and how hilariously mine must look over like plate mail armor.
Are you you did have the one special Ogden Trust badge that can cast a spell once a day. Is that what you're trying to do, or is that? I don't know if you guys ever identified that item.
Yeah, I'm not remembering this.
I knew we had an Ogden Trust badge, but that's
yes,
all I remember.
The one that you got off of the faker in the sewers. It is magical. I don't think you know that it's magical.
Oh, so I don't accidentally set something off then. But
okay. But I will say, with what you are trying to do, would potentially set off the magical effect of this. They are both going to make wisdom saving throws. What
should I say? Fish and wildlife here. We need to.
Fish and wildlife. Yeah.
No, livestock police like Yellowstone. That just apparently gives them carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want.
Okay, this guy, they get a +0 to this. Those are both failures. They kind of rub their eyes, like going, "Son of a bitch." Okay, we have the correct paperwork. You obviously look somewhat officious. I don't know from who. They don't pay me enough for this. Say, please follow us. Just after that happens, you kind of like look at the badge and it shines for a second. And after having used it on accident, you would now know that once a day, that badge, if shown to people and giving them a command, cast the spell Mass Suggestion.
Okay, sick.
So you'd have just successfully suggested to these people that they take you to see the proper paperwork.
This could be very interesting, given Thel's background of authority and extremely high intimidation and persuasion checks to go along with this badge.
So
I might be able to convince mobs to attack things.
yeah. So they lead you continued down through this. Standing with them, you cross the bridge. You would notice now that there are definitely a good 50 people here, shuffling about. It seems with that boat's arrival, they're unloading just a ton of stuff, and it doesn't all like it's tons of boxes, crates, things like that. You see like some food barrels, water barrels, even some pieces of livestock, like some horses, a cart or two, a thing. And do you think any of you know anything about mining?
Didn't we mine before? Like by just hitting walls with pickaxes?
Our very first adventure.
You chipped away ice. Oh, you did go into a mine that one time.
I didn't. I wasn't there.
No, you weren't there. Everyone else was. That was like day number 2 of knowing each other. If anyone wants to make an intelligence, just a straight intelligence check, like looking at what's being loaded and unloaded and that. I would say 2 of you guys can. So whoever you want, whoever would be most in tune with mining.
I don't know about that, but
Okay. That's going to do it. Probably what you're more confused by is that none of this looks like mining equipment. This looks more like what you would. This is like preparing like and for things like you have seen and across the different places you've been, like up in Barafka or the little outpost for the Trabians that you helped. This looks more like just people stocking up for some sort of like using this as a base of operations for something. Like you don't see any pickaxes, you don't see anything like that. It looks more like a forward base, so to speak. So prepare to go do something dangerous.
I didn't roll, but I assume Bell's military background would immediately put all of this together as well.
Yeah,
That's-
the only thing you would be confused by, it's like all the supplies are here, but none of the troops are here. Everyone here looks like they could be miners, like just like they look like the regular people that you were out there with on the docks back at Nicodranus, like people looking for work. And this just happens to be the work that they're doing, and none of it has to do with mining. So that kind of like you have those different ideas, like kind of put together. Like Thel, you know, like, hey, these look like miners, but none of the equipment's here, according to Carrick. So
What type of ore did you guys find in these hills that made it so valuable? What are you guys mining?
I mean, if you guys walked over here, you know there's tons of crazy stuff. There's we've got some fiery, like hot red gems that we've gotten from other places. Hell, I don't know. We just got sent here just a day or two ago, and are awaiting. Yep. He kind of shuts up after he says like awaiting that, realizing that he's kind of running his mouth. He's like, hey, just don't you worry. We'll get you, and you can.
What kind of
Talk to the
advanced mining equipment you guys using? I don't see any like.
We're just guards. We haven't done any of the mining. I know there's some people, some magic stuff, and it's again they like each of them start talking and then kind of stop. Just I mean,
Enterprising
you guys-
minds want to know. Like, if y'all have some advanced mining techniques, we can help you bring it to the forefront.
Are you a businessman? I would say go ahead.
We are a business group, that is for sure.
That is actually true. I'll say go ahead and make a persuasion check, and with I'll say either the both of you guys can make it or one of you with advantage.
Do it with advantage. I have a +6 on persuasion.
Mine's 7. Whatever you want to do.
How'd you guys just both roll one? Because you guys both
Alright,
kind of took
sure.
different tracks.
Good idea.
Good idea. Yeah, with the 21, the guy goes, I guess what would you want to know more about what they're mining or how they're mining? I'll just never mind. You don't need to tell me that. They go, I don't know what we're mining here actually yet. I just can tell you what we have in other places. I just kind of bounce between the different outposts and protect from animals and intruders and things like that. I don't know if you've been around long, but there are some big fucking lizards on this island. And then there's if you go north from here, there's fucking ghosts everywhere and trees that eat you. So that's kind of my job. Just low on the totem pole, but so I don't know what they're mining, and hell, right now I don't even know what they're mining with. We just got posted here yesterday and kind of told to get things ready for another ship coming probably maybe even later tonight in the evening. They say some new business associates were coming.
So it's just you guys. Who's running the show? Like, y'all are just here. Like, someone's gotta be running the show.
Yeah, that's where we're going right now, and kind of walking through is like you're walking to like this kind of like main lodge building that would have been probably like where you would have had your meals and that while you were staying here in the resort. They say, oh yeah, so up there, I don't know, she's just kind of signed on. She's one of the Pearl Banks, one of that big ass family, a dwarven woman by the name of Sammy is what we've been told to call her. Um, Sammy Pearlbank. She runs this. She runs this area. At least this. Like I said, like she has got here on the boat that you see out there, and said unload everything and expect some important people coming through and don't ask questions kind of situation. Just get to work. Anyways, we're here. And then they just like kind of look confused as to why they would have brought you here. And then go and then walk.
We're consultants. We're consultants, all right?
Okay. Well, it's essentially they did the task that the spell told them to do, and now they're trying to like reconcile that in their brain. Like, why did I do this? So, yeah, you guys are in front of this lodge. One of them goes up and kind of like knocks on the door, gives a talks to another guard and like points to you guys and says, "Okay, well, just go wait. Apparently, boss is out walking, making sure things are done, but they'll come see you in a minute. Don't make any trouble." I mean, look around. You see, like, there are probably in this area 10-ish guard type people.
Do they let us in or leave us outside?
They let you in. It is just a big, like I said, like a lodge, like think like a cafeteria at a summer camp. There seems to be like some back rooms.
Is there anyone that looks like Sammy?
No, they just said that Sammy would be coming. They sent one of the guards to go get her. But you guys are kind of in this room. There's that one guard that was outside, some others patrolling around, but in here, it, again, just looks like people are taking things into a kitchen, food, water, what have you.
Any obvious guards inside or just like workers?
This just looks mostly like workers right now. All the guards seem to be on the outside.
Does anybody seem to be here like against their will, or are they all signed up for this?
Make an insight check just on the as you've watched people be walking around. Yep, an 18. You don't see anything that like screams that level of nefarious. Like it's people look pissed to be working at this late of an hour and busting their asses, but most of them seem well fed, well dressed, or not well dressed, but not rags and lean and gaunt and things like that. Seems above board from your initial look over of the people that you've seen working.
Maybe just kind of. Scott, do you remember when we had that barbecue at work and this just random guy just came and had barbecue with us and left? That did not work for us.
Yep,
we're gonna.
100% just came down, had a steak, and left.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do something like that.
Okay.
We look like authority
Maybe
figures.
we
Let's
take
just
off
act
our,
like we belong here.
Let's just. I think I'm gonna like whisper to the group to like maybe let's take off our Hawaiian shirts and try to blend in a little bit. And go get some food and wait for the Sammy character to show up.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can, muck yourselves up, kind of like look like you belong more, and get some food. And people are giving kind of the side eye of why are you eating while we're busting our asses unloading all these boxes. They're just kind of confused, but everyone just make a intimidation check to see if anyone's going to like actually come talk to you. Just a general air of like, don't fuck with me.
Can I make deception instead?
Yes, deception or intimidation, whichever one you want.
Oh no, -2.
And then Bell. Okay. It's really hard to overcome a 0.
What's worse, a natural 1 or a 0?
Natural 1 still, because that would have been a -2 or a -1.
Yeah.
-2.
So yeah, I would say, Felix, you look like you fit in perfectly here. Like you can easily make yourself look like some sort of worker. Christopher, like you still have, you aren't holding the spot, or not portraying that. Thel, you're the same as, not quite to the same degree as Felix. So Thel, you just look like you're just some muscle, and at some point, people aren't going to talk to someone that big. Christopher, you're kind of the same, except for you just look a bit more awkward as you have these like bagpipes on your back, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And like almost like, "Oh, are you the entertainment?" Like you get a couple questions like that, like they're like, "Oh, I didn't know they were bringing someone in to play music, or that May will actually have a lively night," and this kind of are paying you a good amount of attention. And then Carrick, someone just looks at you and just like pushes you and says, "Who the fuck let this guy in? You're just gonna skimp on the job? Yeah, you might be small. Get to work."
I shocking grasp him.
Make an attack roll. This guy passes out.
Did
This is
anyone
a
else
commoner.
see?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
This guy is just passed out on the ground, and you're just looking at him and just kind of like shrug. I'll say go ahead and make another intimidation check. You gotta beat a 5. Ah! Why is it not only that you're bad at it, but because you're bad at it, you roll bad at it? I would say at that point, the guard does come in and like sees this guy on the ground and looks at you. He did notice. I guess I should have said that. Yes, he noticed and he goes, "The fuck? Yeah, okay, you guys go get out of here. Go wait in the back." Just attacked a harmless little man who's still just passed out on the ground. People are coming over, like throwing water on his face. But yeah, he's completely catatonic at this point. He says he like puts you in this back room and like closes the doors. Like, wait here. I need to smooth this over. I don't know what the fuck is going on, But and you see like 3 more guards come in and just kind of stand by the door. So you kind of now where you were just kind of by yourselves in this room, you have a little detail on you. So you kind of been put in this back kind of office room. So you're in there.
I'm just gonna start looking through stuff.
Okay, make an investigation check. Okay, yeah, you're looking through. You don't know how much time you have, but 19 is a great roll. It seems like this is a pretty barren office. It doesn't seem like it's been used much as of late. You do see like kind of some papers and it's like some drawing of maps and like a general like itinerary for what a normal day would be like at these falls for the resort, which it's kind of that. It's kind of it hasn't been too long, so a lot of this stuff still looks like it's all the resort type things. Like they haven't set it up for whatever act that they're doing. But looking at the table, there is just kind of like one like a letter essentially addressed to Sammy Pearlbank. There's a front page of it which kind of says, "Hey, boat becoming our new business partners will be arriving sometime over the next 2 days." You don't know exactly when this letter was written, but we'll be sending forward supplies to you. Please make sure things are spick and span. This is a great business venture for the Pearl Bank and our family. So be aware you will be contacted by via magic by a man known as hold up, this name is somewhere. Nope. Somewhere here. By someone named Vezeri. They'll be reaching out. Note that they will be arriving at night, as is their wont. Please have chambers ready for them, blacked out, as they will be making preparations for their next operations.
Should we get Felix to pretend to be this person?
Yeah, do they know what they look like?
No, it just says you'll be reached out to magically by someone named Vezeri. Vezzree. Does anyone speak Undercommon?
I do.
You would know that is an Undercommon name.
Hang on.
What that means to you you can do you know what that means to you? But yes, it's an Undercommon name that seems to be being reached out to, that will be reaching out to you. Yeah. and that they are supposed to have a darkened place for them to arrive when they arrive at night within the next 2 days, depending on whenever that thing came from. So those are your main points.
And then Sammy still hasn't shown up.
Yeah, this is you. We'll say as you finish that. If there's nothing else you want to do with that information, it's kind of you hear a knock on the door, and it opens where you see a stout dwarven woman, kind of like a shock of red hair tied back in a harsh braid, kind of like has two other braids coming down the sides of her head, small amount of red scruff across her chin, dressed in what looks like a breastplate, which seems slightly odd for a mining person, but dressed in a breastplate, a looks like a smaller hammer, like some sort of light hammer at her side, kind of looks and gruffly says, "So you're other troublemakers." That was a very manly voice. This is a woman. Well, I'm Sammy. What are you here for? Get you on your way, or put you in the holding areas. We're busy, obviously. What do you need?
We're here to make sure everything's in tip-top shape. You know?
Who sent? What does that mean?
Who do you think sent us?
And, should I say in Dwarven, just where are those darkened chambers?
Yeah, exactly. Say that. Like,
Dwarven kind, yeah. We're supposed to have darkened chambers. Yeah.
They kind of look at you. They look at both of you, just kind of confused. Make a persuasion check with advantage, or either of you. Yeah, it's another situation where one or both of you, one with advantage, or yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Unless it's intimidation, I think you should go, Felix.
so I have exhaustion, so I have not been rolling at
Yeah, you
disadvantage.
should have been
which I
rolling
should
with
have.
advantage. So
Maybe you should try and intimidate.
Intimidating.
yeah, I'll say intimidation is going to be a higher DC, but you have advantage on it.
Did I
Yeah, go for it.
back up any of that? I look
I
intimidating.
think he's already got advantage on it, so
All right.
done. Look at that. Didn't even need the advantage. You say this. Where are our darkened chambers? And she like her eyes kind of widen, and she's like, must have missed the message. Please follow me. I'll take you to your quarters. We weren't told that you would arrive this early. I take one of you is Vezeri. I was told I'd be getting a magical message. I did not think you'd be arriving until possibly this morning. The boat. I was only given word that the boat had arrived at the northern shore last night, and that you were loading up again and to be here. I did not know that you'd be here already. In fact, where is the other ship? Like, she seems very flustered after this.
I just yell at her in undercommon. I just say fool or something like that.
Fool! Okay. I will not make you roll because of that natural 20. But she says, okay, please, yes, tell us what you need. We've gotten most of the supplies worked out and a small tunnel carved for us to continue whatever you're moving on to tomorrow. We have things set up. Just let us know what you need.
Take us through all this. Yeah. We want to make sure it's all in order.
Okay. So she walks out and like says, "Please follow me." And the guards come to follow her. Like, no, 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 no. I'll take them. Don't worry. And she takes you out of the lodge. Would you need anything to eat? I'm sure it has been a long trip from where did you come from?
Where did you
oh,
go?
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Hmm.
It's a long route from south of Jorhas to here. So I know you any comforts we can give you, I'm happy to provide them. He, like, calls over, like, people bring like a bottle of wine and like just hand it to her. She opens it. It's like, would you like some wine? Or so.
I just take it and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So she takes you off and starts leading you through. It's like, as you can see, as per your requests, we were able to uh, forcefully take what we believe is ours, under the guises that the Concord has approved this as a better business venture and eminent domain type thing and all that. Contracts are all in order. Hopefully, Lord Uladon back in Zadash won't ever notice that we maybe overstepped what he said we could do. But anyways, everything's set up. You can see we've been moving these to station the supplies you need. We did not know how many would be coming. If it seems it's only you 4, I still don't see a ship, but perhaps that's you were
We
just
came
a
ahead.
forward.
We came ahead. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This
Yes,
is me.
that
This
makes
is the
sense.
personal entourage.
Okay. Okay. Well, good. And we'll be looking forward to the other group to arrive and make sure that we have things even more set up. So she kind of points around and says, like, yes, you can see we've brought the carts. We know that you were planning on going into the mines that we had found here, but perhaps deeper. We do know that that was part of the arrangement. We have horses, smaller pack horses that would be able to navigate the tunnels very well. We do not know for what reason you need to go down that low, but we leave that to you. We also have food and building supplies that we will be following the forward party down into the caverns to set up a more forward base, so as whatever you need, we can get to you faster. We have plenty of hired hands that are probably actually glad to have a break from the mining, the backbreaking work, and will just be helping supply you and your ventures. Please follow me. She points to one of the cabins. Says, we have that. It is still currently being blacked out. I'm not sure what that request was for, but thank you. We'll be sure that no sunlight will get in. I guess maybe some of your retinue will be, if you say you're from Jorhas, be part of. I know the Drow do not like their sunlight. So continuing, shows you to like the edge of the mountain right here. And you see like there's a bored out tunnel. It seemed like the top of it's very smooth, but then like almost looks like they had to like quickly cut out more of it. So using some level of mining equipment there, it's about probably like only about 3 to 4 feet wide tunnel that goes into and behind the waterfall. As you're walking by, the mist of the waterfall is falling onto you, but this tunnel goes into a tunnel where you actually see is pretty well lit. There's some torches fastened to the wall, or in like some sort of stand, some sconces and things. and you're in a big chamber, probably about 100 feet by 100 feet square, like a small lagoon with a wrapping around ground that you can kind of walk across. It's probably like 15 feet wide all the way around. And in the back, you do see this like sunken in, like as she leads it toward, like almost going like at a very steep angle down into the ground. And here it is. We've kind of tried to level it out in some capacity so that this, at least first part where it's very steep, we can get you down there and get our supplies down safely for whatever you have next. That's kind of what we have. I don't want to overstep my bounds, but we were expecting some payment as you arrived.
What did we agree on?
I believe like she pulls out like a small book and like flips through it. Says what you probably paid that for. I believe there was for this rush, and we agreed on an extra 3,000 gold pieces upon arrival, with your retinue ready. And as you can see, we're working around the clock to make sure you are ready to go at a moment's notice.
It's on the ship.
Okay. At that point, I think that we have gotten you about as much as you can get from that one roll. You're going to have to, when it comes to money, you're talking about money with a dwarf. It's you need to make some sort of check to that. She's like, I understand. We were also told that you would be on that ship. So, for me, I would like my payment now, as we have been given less time.
I'm just gonna give her we give her 100 platinum just to like, yeah, here's a advance.
She does that. She says, okay, with that, you can make a says that what, that's 1/3. I'll say make a persuasion check with advantage. Ooh, good thing you had advantage. She takes it and immediately like pockets it and she's like, this will do until they arrive, but I expect before we actually start sending any men or supplies down into the cavern, I expect full payment. Please, I have other things to do. I'm sorry to be gruff and see you off so soon, but I need to make sure that the rest of our preparations are made, and probably need to crack the whip, as they say, because we have less time than we were originally promised. Wonderful. And
You don't have to come, but I think I'm gonna go inspect some of the stuff on the ship to make sure everything came in order.
okay. Well, if you need to ride out to make sure that we have all the supplies that you require, go down to the beach. There should be someone to take you out there.
We just use our tiny boat to get out there.
Yes, but okay.
Yeah, I think we should.
What exactly is our plan?
I'm gonna blow this shit up. Is what I'm gonna do.
You know, blow the whole mine. Is that our plan?
No, the ship. I'm gonna sink it. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna plant some blasting powder, so that the whole thing
sounds good.
sinks.
Okay, so there's that part. Like, just as a recap, because a lot of times when I'm just improving the talk, you guys are pretending to be some group of people from Jorhas that have arrived early, apparently that we're getting ready to go on some sort of expedition down into one of these caverns. So
Yeah, I mean,
We have
so
told multiple stories. Like, we are like 4 lies deep, and none of them connect in any way.
nope.
We were
So
looking
it's
for
not-
tourists.
I mean,
And then
do
we were
head
people.
down? Do we just go down this tunnel? Like, what else are we gonna do here?
I was thinking we blow up like I'll set like a a candle on top of it, so that and then we come back, go down the tunnel while the
Just
thing blows
wait?
up in the background.
I mean, that
gonna
sounds good to
collapse
me.
the tunnel behind us?
No, this is to sink the ship so that they don't have any whatever supplies they need. Like I don't know, going down there. So that's the
Okay,
yeah.
so there are. Here's my understanding of where we're at. There are 2 ships. There's one that's currently docked,
Yeah, and that's the one that
And
they're
then there's
unloading
one-
to get the supplies.
and then there's the other one that they're expecting to come later that we lied about, and that's
But that has
know-
people on it. Yeah. So right.
okay. And
Yeah,
so
the
your
supplies
plan,
and how the people from this group led by Vezeri are on their way as well.
okay, and Christopher's plan is to go blow up the one with supplies.
Yes.
Okay, sick.
And then come
the
back.
rest of us are hanging out here, and then we're gonna go down deeper in this cavern.
Because what could go wrong with only one way of escape? With
I mean, we can only assume there's only one way. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. I just want to know where we're at. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah, and what? I think I've lost track of what we were hoping to find here. As we originally were like investigating the disappearances, or was that just what we were telling people?
What you guys originally said was, hey, we're gonna go over there because we need to get under this island somehow, and that's the only like lead you had about how to get under the island without like going straight to like the front
Right.
door of the mining company.
Okay.
And you just kind of said, hey, we'll also help you out maybe.
Okay. That's
So
right.
this
You made no promises to the people of Vo. You just said,
Okay.
hey, we're going over there. We might help you.
Okay.
So
Well, I
this
think
is
that
our
that
end goal, right? To get under the mountain, or get
Yeah, if we're looking at like main plot line goal
Yeah.
is to go under the mountain down to find where you think Horde Thunderspear might be.
Yeah. Yeah, we need
And
the spear
also maybe a
and then,
fire giant city.
yes, that too. We need both of those things. But for some reason I wrote down find the spear first. I think because something happens
It's the reasoning that Yusa gave you was that if he gave you like a lamp to contain what the energy source he wants,
that's right.
he
That's
just
right.
doesn't know like how long that's going to last. Like you might get that and it's going to be last 5 hours and you're not going to have time to do your other goal.
Well, it sounds like a great plan.
Blow up the boat and then run down a mountain. It's about midnight right now, so
and we
but-
don't know when the boat could be coming anytime now.
the boat is expected within the next 24 hours. That could be 3 hours, that could be 24 hours.
So what if we blow up the boat and do a cave in as well? I mean, how quick can they get out of cave in just to give us some time and then catching up on us?
Like blowing a cave in behind us?
Yeah, is that a bad idea?
It could be.
Maybe on the way out, maybe. I don't know if on the way in it's
No.
such a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as other things you have been given, just so like you have been given a scroll to teleport back to Yusa's house at any time.
Okay, cool. Just in
So-
case. Okay, so that's our
so
get out of jail
caving
free
in-
card.
tunnel, Caving in, yes, but it's your get out of jail free card, and you're probably at that point have to give up on this.
Yeah.
This is when the quest on the marker board of your video game will say quest failed, and just please keep playing. Go play something else.
Try
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Go do a different quest.
Yeah, we need that to finish this. I think.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
to that
Quest failed.
regard, collapsing the tunnel does not mean you are stuck.
It's just can't go back that way. Yeah.
Yes, it's.
I guess the
it's-
question is, can we get some sleep a little bit before we do this whole
No. I don't think we can.
Yeah.
I think we could. It's midnight. We don't know when this other boat is coming. We've already lied through our teeth for the past hour and a half of like.
You guys have made it through this by the skin of your teeth, persuasion
Like-
and wise.
I have no idea like who they think we are.
It's the epitome of fake it till you make it. We just are.
So I think we gotta just go. If you're gonna go blow up the boat, go
Let's
blow
go
up
blow
the
up
boat.
the boat, yeah.
And
Let's take our own tiny boat, so we don't have to rely on people.
Okay.
So our objective is to go down. What are we expected? Are we needing to? What do we need to bring out? And can that teleport with us? I guess is the other question.
Yeah, anything that you would find down there can teleport you. You're looking for some sort of energy source for Yusa to power the steam engines underneath his district, and you're looking for Korg's Thunder Spear, which is thought to be there.
And that's likely what this other group of people are coming to try and find too. Is my
You can
hypothesis.
extrapolate. You have heard that they might be drow from Jorhaus. So this is kind of you're in a situation of
none of us are.
You can do stuff to get ahead of this group, or just leave now, or there's lots of ways you can go about this. It's how much time do you want? It's all just a time management thing
Yeah.
because you have no clue when the jig's going to be up. Right now, I would say you're pretty well covered. Just
How
make sure you talk to remember the people you were talking to when you told them certain lies.
right? So we do, okay. So okay.
Are you blowing up the boat or no?
Blow up the boat.
I am overall. I'm pro explosions. I'm just trying to determine if the timing makes the most sense.
I think we blow up the boat, and we just how shoddily was this like cavern put together? Like, is it good craftsmanship, or does it look like it can be like wrecked pretty easily? I imagine if it was like done hastily.
It definitely looks like that lower cavern that's very steep. Like everything here has been done pretty hastily because you can even see like the way that you got into this, like behind the waterfall area, there was like a very smooth top, and then it just looked like there was like a decent doorway, but when it had to get widened, they just chipped it away as rough shot as you could. So I would say this looks like destroyable.
Okay, sick.
Going down this cavern that goes down very steep, very quick. It looks like, especially knowing like your magical abilities, you could figure out how to collapse this tunnel.
Okay.
At least
Then I say
I
we
guess
do that.
so. I guess the only question is do we feel good enough about the leads that we have that this is the only place on this island that either of these things could be?
Not even kind of, but it's the only option we have right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, best option.
Yeah, you would think like you can go explore the island more.
Madness, baby.
It's you were told that there are known like pieces of the Underdark underneath this island, and that there was known to be some level of like there was no volcanic activity here, and then suddenly 100 years ago there was. So like you don't have any concrete evidence, but a whole lot of hearsay. So
That's better than nothing.
yeah, so and the Underdark thing is the thing that clicks in for where Cord's Thunder Spear was lost because it was in an area underneath a city of in the Underdark that just disappeared one day. And this is an island that seems to be made up of things that disappeared and reappeared other places. So that's kind of like the long running why you think it might be here.
Okay.
Cool.
So I say we do that. I see nobody. We've been spending the past 15 minutes talking about this. I think Christopher goes and does his boat. We prepare to collapse the tunnel while he's doing the boat, and then we just go from there.
You want team 1, team 2? Is it just Christopher going by himself to blow the boat up?
I think we need 2 teams.
Okay. So who's going on team boat explosion?
I think Felix would be good, just to have a talker.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go.
I'm a
I'll
little
go with
afraid to have to talk to anybody else.
Yeah, so maybe split up the charismatic people. So Fel and Carrick prepare to collapse this tunnel, and Felix and Christopher go to explode the boat. Wild. Absolutely wild. So, okay, give me a second. I need something to eat real quick. 5-minute break. I also need to think about what we're doing. What I was blowing up this boat was not on my list of things.
I truly have no idea what we're doing. So Ryan, we've been doing wrestling with Celia.
Yeah.
I forgot how much fun wrestling was.
Yeah, has it been going well?
Yeah, she's doing good. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all like very like basic stuff.
Yeah.
But she's like one of the only ones that knows how to hip heist.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like you're gonna stay here for the whole day.
Huh?
Like you're gonna stay in the office for the whole day.
You think I'm gonna be here the whole day? Well, I'm not. I'm not working. I'll be done in like A little bit.
How much?
Like an hour.
How much
That's what I
hours?
was thinking about as we finally are concluding on this plan with that guy. You guys ever seen that guy with the snowmobiles?
Dinner. Someone
The
says,
what?
I don't play bugs.
Yeah, I'll send you these. I'll put YouTube video in the chat.
Bye, bye, bye.
I just added this to the Discord.
I'm still gonna send it. Guys, silly? I'm still gonna send it.
You just add that to our soundboard.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had
Guys,
this.
silly? I'm still gonna send it.
That was where that whole conversation felt. It was like, is this the rational thing to do? And everybody's like, nah. But we're still gonna do it.
Oh, is he dead? Oh. Oh, he's fine.
Ooh-wee. Okie doke. Yeah, sorry if we got a little lost in the sauce there. I know that this is like a year's worth of threads converging.
I just wanted to make sure I understood what we were doing. It wasn't just like blindly going down this tunnel.
Oh, you have a many reasons to. But okay, team boat. The boat is about 200 feet offshore. You see that a lot of what's happening is people are bringing they're going up the river a little bit to bring supplies in, because the river is there's not a heavy current in it because it's just this like upside down waterfall that's creating it. It's not like an actual run down from the mountain river. So they are easily able to paddle up. So people are coming up like that center part of this entire encampment, just coming like up and then going back. And you see like there's like 2 or 3 boats that are doing that. So then you guys just go fold out your boat and try to get in. Yeah, what's the plan?
Which crew is the boat attack crew?
Christopher and Felix.
All
Let's
right.
get the boat out.
And I said they're gonna have to make it back to us. Then we'll head down the tunnel, sabotage it, and head the rest of the way down. Right? Okay. So
yeah, the idea would be while they're doing that, you're devising your plan to collapse this tunnel in somewhat of a safe manner.
I mean, if that, yeah, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. I can punch that weird doorway that looks weak.
Yep. Yeah. So I guess we start with first. You guys are just taking the foldable boat, and you're gonna get out over there.
I think so. I don't know if I need to. I don't have candles in my list, but can I just?
I think I might. Let's see. I do. I have 4 candles.
Okay. First things first. How are you guys getting through this camp? There's still a whole bunch of hustle and bustle and doing that. Are you just walking like you own the place? Are you sneaking? Are you?
Yeah, I think I think we kind of look more authoritative walking this time. Where is this Sammy person? Are they here or did they go somewhere else?
They went back whatever their duties were before. No one's kind of here. It seemed like they got everything they needed to be done here, like this part, and are now just trying to. It's all about unloading this boat and getting like step one was get the entrance ready. Step two is get everything ready to take to the entrance. So you don't exactly know where she is, but probably out coordinating.
So did she give us anything to give us some sort of authority? Like I mentioned, I went to her. I wanted to check the boat. Like, she gonna take care of that?
Yeah, she said she would make sure that people, yeah, you have some level of authority here. Not authority, but,
we look like we belong.
Yes. You aren't getting the same sideways glances. If anything, people are just keeping their heads down around you. This is the benefit of rolling a natural 20.
So yeah, I think I'm not gonna try and do anything more fancy other than just go doing an inspection, not trying to intimidate anyone. Just here to see how things are going.
Just for my sake, both of you roll a deception check. Just to see how well you're keeping up this ruse. Because as we said, like, you've told 5 different lies.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I have to roll.
Good. I don't even know how to reconcile these two. Well, it's as if I didn't even ask.
Yep.
I'll say this: the 11, the plus 10 on the deception, is better than the okay. If Christopher had rolled the 1, then maybe not. But we'll say that no one's giving you a second thought. But you would think that this ruse is hanging on by the slimmest of threads. That you need to like avoid the people that thought you were here to let people out. Which, by the way, they have said that there are people in some holding cell here from the. There's another thread there, but but you don't know what you can do about that.
Yeah, they might just have to sit there.
Yep. But you also would know that nothing about this group has seemed super nefarious besides the fact that they're in a bad business. Okay, yeah, so you guys are able to get to the shore. You put your boat, or you put your boat out. Do you remember the code word for the boat?
Go, boat, go.
Yep, and it folds out into a boat with some oars, and you guys can start heading over. How do you want to head over to the boat? Just like fall in line with the others, or try and
over? Yep.
Yep, just fall in line as if you're another dinghy getting supplies. Yeah, so you roll on over, and as you get there, they say, "Hold. We don't recognize you. Is this what is your business here?
Sammy,
is this another? Are you just here to pick up and drop off?
We're here to do some inspection. Sammy sent us to just make sure things are in order.
Okay, please come up. Do not get in the way. We have too much to do and not enough time to do it."
All right.
Sure,
So
you got it.
Okay, you're on the deck of a boat. It's a long ship, so it's much smaller than the boat that you guys were on coming here. It's not like a full shipping vessel, but you kind of have the way. There are people everywhere going up and down these stairs, carrying boxes. Like, it's quite hectic, and it seems like even you noticed going through the camp, like things got a little bit amped up since you went into that cavern. almost as if they think that they fucked up. So.
How
Alright, we
long
need to figure out a way to distract, so you can set up.
Yeah. Yeah. The ship has 3 floors. So top, middle, bottom deck. Seems that people are bringing things up from both the bottom and the top deck. Yeah. So how are you planting this bomb?
Can I discreetly cast firebolt on something that looks like it could catch fire, so that I can get people trying to put that out?
Sure. There's like a lot of these boxes are just being brought up to the top, and then they're going back down. One of these you see there's a bunch of canvas that looks to be, whether it's for tents or things like that. You could try to do that in some sort of some sneaky way. You probably need to do a sleight of hand check.
Okay, let me do that. I'm gonna do sleight of hand. Goddamn disadvantage.
Oh snap!
Yeah, you are able to get that going, and kind of normally a firebolt shoots a far distance. You just kind of go and act as if you're inspecting items. Christopher's kind of helping you as well. And you kind of put your hand underneath, rummaging to the bottom, and shoot the firebolt out in there. So it almost it takes a little bit. You kind of sit there and almost shoot 3 different ones, and you see the smoke starting to rise, and then and then you back up immediately and what the hell is this? And you I'll say you can throw one of your candles in there as if it had lit it, and that would seal the fate of this.
Okay.
Yep. So it does that why the fuck was there a lit candle in here? And it starts going up, and people are fuck, and dropping their stuff. Some commotion's happening. The captain's get some water, get some water. People are trying to open up one of the barrels that would have fresh water in it. So your distraction is set. It's not going to last too long because it's just one little box. But as that goes off, Christopher, you're kind of in the clear. Felix is maybe taken out because he has to look to help in some capacity here.
I've given at this point. I've given at least 2 candles to Christopher if he needs them.
Perfect. Yeah, you. Yeah, what do you do, Christopher?
I'm going to the bottom deck, or
Okay.
yeah, far down as I can. Is there anything explosive that I found on the? I am doing just a few checks and whatnot.
Yeah, make a perception check or an investigation check.
Both. No, I do have perception. No.
Yeah, you guys are rolling mostly lights out today. Yeah, you notice that there are some metal sealed boxes that have in big dwarven runes that anyone would notice as danger. The most stereotypical kind of boxes like that. You see 1 or 2 of them. They're big kind of iron thing. So you think this is a mining company. They probably have some level of demolition stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab. I don't know, one of those boxes. Yeah, I want at least one of those boxes. Picking it up, bringing it down with me to the bottom of the ship.
Make a sleight of hand check to see if you can get this box and then take it down with you. How well? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you get one of the boxes and are able to like put it under. I honestly don't ever know if Christopher's even wearing a shirt. He's worn a giant Bane jacket. He's worn a Hawaiian shirt. Like you stuff this in your pants and it just looks correct.
I could just like
And
unloading too. Like I don't know.
yeah, but you're like you're kind of like looked at like oddly for a second for taking something down. You just like wave it off. Like they said to leave this on board. They don't want it. Or you're playing it off like I'm getting this away from the open flame upstairs.
Yeah.
And you get down to the bottom deck. Okay, I think like everything's worked to this standpoint. You described to me how you set this bomb.
Yeah, I guess I'm just putting it up at the darkest corner I can find.
Okay.
And I'm putting some blast. How much? So I have blast and powder supplies. How
You
far
have
do I?
supplies to make. You have the supplies to make like the actual. You have all the supplies like the saltpeter and all of that.
Yeah.
You just don't. It.
How long does that take to make the actual blast and powder?
It would take a while, but if you just like left everything there, you also have a box full of bombs.
Yeah. So I just want to I want a candle on top, light it with just open, exposed.
Yeah. I would say this uses up the rest of those supplies. You are in no way a chemist. You would think that this will probably help. Like, I mean, putting a flame onto some sulfur is gonna do something. Like, you leave all of that there and hide it. Do we need one more check to see how this is going to work? What check do we make to see how well it works? Would it be intelligence for how well you like
Get away from
place it next to something? Would it be
just like a
anyone can throw something out? There needs to be a check to see how well this goes off. It could just be a straight luck roll, but I want you to be able to use some bonuses if you have anything.
You could make an argument for performance, but this is like fireworks.
Knowing the optimal place to put it in for spectacle. You want spectacle or effectiveness?
A little of both, but yeah, I want to sink this ship. So
okay, I'll say that this has to be like an intelligence roll of like looking at the ship of where would be like the best place to have a hole blow into it, and but also like where was it going to stay hidden? Where is it going to different things like that. I'll just do just a straight intelligence roll. Okay. You kind of worry at the last minute about it getting found than you do about total effectiveness. You think this is probably going to do something and fuck things up royally, but yeah, you light the candle and you got to go. You got to go now.
Yep, we're going.
If anything knocks that candle over.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys start going. Meanwhile, what has the other crew done? Or what have you guys made your preparations to collapse this tunnel?
Compelled by his sense of duty, as those guys head off, Bell does, again, fake it till we make it. Just ask somebody like, hey, boss man told me to take some water to the prisoners. Where were they again? Just like a passerby.
Yes, make a persuasion check. Oh, shit. Yeah, I was supposed to do that earlier. Fuck me, man. Here's some keys. They're in the um they're in this house. They're in this building down here. They're in there like fuck. They're locked in there, but here it's that's that old storage shed that they kept like some meat and food and stuff and like just general supply, so we emptied it out. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking crazy out here, man, isn't it?
Yeah, this island is fucking nuts, bro.
Okay. I will say with that 27, you are able to take the keys, like you kind of like just run over there, open up the door. No one's around for some reason. And there's like 4 people. Like they look like kind of like definitely people that ran this place, not tourists. That might have like tried to put up some sort of fight about it. They're a little burly, they look capable. But they're completely unarmed. But you can set them free and do what you want.
I feel less bad. All right, yeah, we got shit to do, but you're not in a cage anymore. Go back to the main resort, and good luck. Okay, bye.
Give them anything, or do you just set them loose to the dinosaur island?
Do I have anything extra on me?
I have a shit ton of swords and stuff. That's too bad.
That's the worst thing. The guy with the bag of holding has literally everything. Or
I'll give him some torches.
Okay.
And a dagger. I could spare a dagger. I'll spare this dagger.
The thought of 3 dudes with a torches and a dagger fighting a Tyrannosaurus Rex is pretty funny. Yeah, they are free.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
And I would say at this point, roll a d20 plus 3 for the items you gave them. Jesus. Well, who knows if you'll ever see them again, but they successfully make it home. We're gonna
the other thing that Thel was hoping to canvas.
Thel saved people. This will be remembered.
They walk past just some like frozen dinosaur footprints on the way back.
Yeah, it's their like the sleet thing like is perfect. Like they're able to like still sneak through because they know that dinosaurs were here. Okay, you can make it back. You successfully saved the people using your powers of persuasion. Is that the 4th natural 20?
Third?
Oh, it's only the 3rd. Yeah, it's only the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, you get back there now. Carrick, what were you doing while your buddy just says like, "Give me 1 second"?
I'm investigating the walls, trying to figure out like maybe weak points and collapsing this sucker.
Where would you want what do you want to collapse?
I want to make it
a little tunnel or like the cavern you're going down into?
Well, I mean the main goal is to not be followed as easily, right? So
make an investigation check, and I'll just say that you're investigating both, and I can give you information based off that. Cool. What you would guess is like the little entrance. You could definitely like the one in between, like to get behind the waterfall. It's about a 10-foot. It's about 10 feet deep. So it's but it's smaller, so it'd be pretty easy to collapse. But you don't know how much time it's going to take to clear either. It's just not that big of a space to have to deal, and especially because a lot of these people are minors. It's like it's not out of the question that they'd be able to move through that quickly. The other side, you know that you can definitely bring it down, but it's going to take some like magic and brute strength. Like you could see, like it was done pretty quickly, but this whatever this company is, they know what they're doing. Like they solidified this entrance into this cavern to make sure that it's safe and that they aren't going to get stuck behind and be screwed getting out. They it's the only reason that you think it is actually destroyable is the fact they had to do it so fast. If they had an extra day and a half to solidify this thing, you think it would be outside the realm of anything quick to blast and collapses. But you could definitely do it.
What does are you implying that this area would be harder for them to clear if we did collapse it?
Much harder to clear. It's much bigger. It's like if you collapse it well, you're talking about a metric shit ton on a very steep slope that you have to clear. It's just like the having to haul rocks up a 45 or 16% grade is just going to take longer.
Okay. Well, this seems like the best choice.
Yeah,
Guess I
there's
have to wait
benefits to
for one to get
both,
back.
but
What?
you could. Yeah, the other thing is like you could fail about collapsing it. And now you're just so just keep that in mind. So,
Okay.
as far as whatever your choice wants to be.
Okay.
So, at this point, you guys are back. Or Christopher and Felix, you get off the boat after the fire's being put out. Christopher, I imagine, is saying like, "We gotta go,
Yeah.
gotta go," and you get down to your boat. The captain looks at you and says, "I assume it's all good."
All
Yeah,
good.
except for that fire you guys got going on. Like, looks
Yeah,
like you guys are on that. So
this is what you get when people force you to work through the night. You know
Tell me
what I'm
about it.
saying?
You know,
And he looks at you specifically because you're technically the people that are making him work through the night.
listen, you know what? Why don't you take a break? Let's all. I think we just got word the boat's not coming back for. Boat got delayed. Might not be for another few while. Why don't you all just get that out and get off the boat? I'm feeling a little bad about blowing up.
Make a persuasion check to tell these guys to slack off.
Only.
I was like, "Your fucking ass! I'm gonna slow down." That's a great way to motivate me. He actually says, "We're gonna work double time." You think I'm that lazy of an asshole? And
you know what they
goes
say:
off my boat.
the harder you work, the more you'll get noticed. It never fails.
That's not true.
Not even kind of.
Not even kind of. The louder you are, the more you'll get noticed. Okay, you start heading back. Okay, let's see. So 200 feet. You guys get to shore. And as you get to shore, you hear a very loud boom. And you watch as the bottom left side of the boat just shatters out. It doesn't look like any flames are caught because it's so low and underwater, but you watch just the boat just rock, and immediately the back end of it just starts falling a little bit. It's very slowly. It looks like that initial is like what did it, but you the boat has been blown up, and you immediately hear ding, 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 bells ringing on the boat. People rushing to to the shore's edge. One of them looks and she's like, "Quick, we must get back to them. Something happened on the boat. We must go." As you're pulling the boat up, like onto the shore, getting ready to put it back in its box.
Let me just go get my friends. So we'll be right there to help.
I was like, "Oh, at least leave us your boat."
No fucking way you're getting our boat.
Okay. How do you defuse the situation? He says, "Do not care about the men on the boat." As he tries to pull it, he starts to pull it out into the water again.
I'm gonna cast Mind Spike
Okay. Is that
on
a
this
save?
guy. That is a Wisdom save.
That is an 11.
Yeah, it's not gonna save.
Okay.
Sorry, homie. I'm gonna cast it. Okay, only 10 damage. That's not well. He's a common, so
He passes out. He's
The question is,
really bad.
Does he go
His
face
friend
down into the water? That's the thing.
No, but he has a friend that was there, and he goes, "What did you do to Pierre?"
Oh, no.
And
I didn't
like
do
shakes
anything.
him away, like slaps him, and he's looking all groggy. This gives you a chance to get out of here, but any and all cover is now blown.
We're booking it. Yeah.
Okay, you fold up the boat. Do you remember the word to make the boat fold up?
Fold boat. Fold boat. Fold.
No.
Oh.
Fold boat, fold. Oh, it is fuck you boat.
Fuck you, boat.
Oh,
That's
fuck
what I
you,
was
bro.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Just the worst
You
phrases.
just make weird eye contact with the other guy and just say, "No, fuck you, boat," and it just disappears.
It turns into a box that you then are thrown over your shoulder, and you guys are sprinting in. At this point, Felix, you are dog ass tired. I'm going to need an athletics check from both of you to see how quickly you get to this. In the cavern, you guys have definitely heard the commotion and the boom. Okay.
So I was figuring Thel has freed those prisoners. He's crossing the camp. The boat explodes, and having just pulled his torches out and given some away, he kind of evaluates. I'm assuming there's tents or other sort of temporary.
Yeah, there's like the main buildings, and then there's a good like maybe 10 tents on this side.
Yeah, as Thel is coming across the campus, things start to explode. I'm just lighting shit on fire.
Yeah, so with those athletics checks, they probably get there right as you're finishing. For lighting things on fire, let's just do a with torches. Make a dexterity check. Make it like dexterity with proficiency. So plus whatever that is. +5. We'll give you another 4 on that. Jesus, criminy. You have like 4 tents on fire that also seem to happen. Like everyone's rushing out to the boat, and then you see them like turn around and see all the tents on fire a bit further like up here. So the area that you're in is pretty much completely abandoned. You do as you light the last tent on fire, you see Sammy walk out of the like main cabin and just looks and goes, "The fuck?" And as you guys you meet up with the other two as you go in through the small entrance to the behind the waterfall. Okay, we are now to the final step of this plan. What are you guys doing to collapse tunnels? I'll say this is probably like spur of the moment has to like fell maybe if you had thought things before you had left, but even that any check I think would be with disadvantage because you went on your own mission instead.
Yep.
And then Carrick, you kind of have point here.
Can we do both? Can we like start with the entrance and then do the bigger one?
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask
it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's start with the little one, and maybe that'll give us time to come up with a better plan for the big one. I basically am just going to wait for them to all run inside, and I'm gonna underwave the small entrance. I don't know.
You're going to thunder wave it. It creates a giant shocking force.
Yeah.
There are some like definitely wooden beams that seem to be helping hold things up.
There's wooden beams. I mean, I could like try to light the beams on fire and then thunderwave. There's a lot of ways I could go about this. Do I have a feeling for like?
You think that thunderwave could probably do it? You would need some. It would need to be. It would still like that's only a first level spell.
Well, so, and this is what I'm getting at. Yeah, I'm trying to determine the minimum amount of like spell slot resource needed in order to do
Make
this,
an Arcana check.
I could just fucking level 6 it, but I'd prefer not to.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Okay.
You would think that probably not 6, but like you would know like the higher you go, that like just your lowest levels would not do anything to this.
I take a swing at some of the beams with my hand axe. Just like try and get partial way through.
Yeah, make an attack roll with your hand axe. The hand axe breaks.
Good.
Right.
You didn't realize just like how pockmarked and rusted this hand axe has gotten over the course of the year and a half.
We're going level 5.
Okay.
Do I do a damage roll? Like, what do I do here?
Yeah, it's gonna hit. Just do a damage roll. $27 points of damage. Okay. The threshold was 20, so as that happens, the things buckle, and you can see that the entire sides kind of collapse, like those shitty chipped out sides. The top arch is still in perfect condition, as if like done by magic at some point, but everything crumbles in. And you can still see that there's not enough room, but there's still definitely a gap on top. But the tunnel's blocked, but there's still like a gap that if you like spent, an hour, you could probably get it to where people could crawl through. So that is considered.
Is it obvious to everyone that it's magical that's holding it?
Oh, the top part?
Yeah.
It's that was just more for flavor. This like original gateway, this original thing that they kind of mined out had been there before. But it would be pretty obvious that it was not the same. Whatever created that original hole did not create the bigger one that they made. So that's number 1. Are you just gonna book it, or are you gonna try and do something with number 2?
I look at Carrick and say, I could. Where should I punch?
I mean, I guess let's take a quick look at where we feel like we would have to attack here. Like, I assume it's going to take a little bit more than just me thunder waving, right? We need to do both, you said. So strategically, can I tell like where weak points are, or can I find out anything about this?
Yeah, from your previous 25 investigation, you see the weak points. It's just a matter of breaking down those the like support beams and then doing something big enough to jostle the rocks free.
I have another hand axe. One more.
Okay.
But Fell being big and being able to punch the support beams is a completely valid thing. Like that would be the point to start. And then it's a matter of once the support's all gone, collapsing it and getting out of the way.
Okay. Fell, punch beams.
All right. I enlarge and punch where Carrick tells me to.
Okay. So you guys are all in the main tunnel? Yeah, just kind of give me like where you're at. These beams are kind of, they go down this first part of this cavern where it definitely seems like more man-hewn and created like in some level more safe, to where it gets down to a much less steep and like natural cavern, like as if it was tunneled out by nature itself. Like you even see like small little mushrooms growing in it.
If I'm not in use, I'm just going around tying ropes to each of the, probably to Thel, and just running as far down into the cavern.
Okay.
Like,
Tying ropes just to pull someone out.
Where to look for, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Thel, make some attack rolls. There are 5 beams. So roll 5 attack rolls.
Just straight strength rolls, I guess.
Strength with proficiency, so plus 10.
And with the enlarge, I get advantage on strength rolls.
Yeah. So add another 4 to this. I definitely hits. Murders it. More. More. Okay. That was almost progressively better each one. Yeah, so you punch each one, and now I need you to roll one. So this will be 5d4 plus 5d4 plus 30 times 2 at the end.
$5d4 plus, what'd you say? 30?
30. Times 2 is 81, is 82 points of damage. You shatter all these beams, and I'll say at 80 points of damage, like this, like you're fucking the juggernaut running through walls at this point, chasing Kitty Pryde. Yeah, it's like on its last legs before you would collapse this. We need it just needs like something. What you start worrying about is that if you're just going to sit here and punch it, it's going to collapse on you. You need something like to where you could step away, like you're just putting yourself at a great risk if it's going to collapse.
Yeah, I figure I punch out the supply, or I punch out all of the supports, and we're moving down the cavern, and I'm assuming I'm grouping it, all of us, kind of at where the end of the cavern would be before we go down further into tunnels.
Yeah, like at this point, you're just kind of guesstimating how much whatever Carrick does is going to collapse this tunnel.
Okay, I wait till he's kind of down and out of the way, and does it matter what spell I use, or is it just like level that really matters?
I both.
Both. Because the thunder wave, which I used in the other one, is like a 15-foot cube, and this is like a bigger.
Yeah, and
cavern.
Thunder Wave is going to have the same problem you had before, where it's a
Yeah.
15-foot cube originating from you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess I could just like lightning bolt a support or something, but
Gone.
do I? Huh?
The supports are pretty much gone.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Carrick. If anyone had something they think would work here.
Did we
Could
have?
Eldritch
It was,
Blast.
we got something that was like. Was it? It was like alcoholic, like goop from something. It was like really high proof alcohol from some sort of goop of some. Was it in our fortress? I can't remember. It was
I
yeah,
do not remember this.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast could work. It's
I
an
can-
amount of force damage. Like if you just start sending them.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean,
What you get 3 bolts now?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a
Per
good type
level,
of
I think.
damage. What?
Yeah, I think it's per level.
Yeah, it's at level 11 you get a 3rd bolt.
Okay,
So,
let's do
yeah,
that.
shoot 3 of them. Roll 3 attack rolls with Eldritch Blast.
That's lightning lure. Sorry, clicked that one by mistake. Where'd it go? There it is. Bump. Yep. Yeah, 4, 4, and a 6.
It is hanging on by a thread. I need one person to do something else.
Firebolt.
Okay, I will tell you this. Firebolt is going to do half the damage. And you must hit it for at least 4 damage. So
4
you
damage?
an 8 or better on your firebolt works.
Okay. I believe.
Yes. All these beams of force are coming out from a considerable distance now. And Carrick, you just shrug like, I guess fire does things. Fire like hits this part, and an interesting reaction happens. You notice that as you come down here, there's been like kind of a strong smell of some gas. And you think like this was a tunnel that had never been opened. Maybe there was some subterranean gas that is finally leaking out. And as you shoot this, it seems like almost you hit where it had been emitting from. You hit a gas leak in a tunnel, and it like ruptures like up inside of wherever that gas is leaking from, inside the ceiling, and boom, 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 and about 40 feet of this tunnel just completely starts caving in. I need everyone to make an acrobatic or dexterity saving throws. Just don't get a natural 1.
Like that.
Okay. I can't believe that. That's so funny. And bells. So can we get a dexterity save?
go, sir.
Okay. I'll say because everyone else did so well, you're only going to take half of this damage as they pull you out as the stuff starts crumbling on you. You're going to take 44 points of damage, reduced to 22, as you're like trying to dive out of the way, and a rock just lands like right on your back, pinning you down as more pulls you out. And as they are ripping you out, it's kind of just tearing at you. But you miss most of the bludgeoning damage, but you're scraped to hell. But yes, you take 22 points of damage total. And you guys are now on the safe end of a collapsed tunnel. It is now pitch black. All of the kind of torches that they had set up collapsed with the tunnel. But you are inside of a tunnel. And yeah, you would think about 40 feet of that tunnel collapsed. So you have made it.
Perfect.
And there's only one way to go, and that way is down. Where do you guys go from here?
I think down.
Should we rest first, or should we?
How much time? Like, I think we have time to rest.
Yeah, do you want to take a full 8 hours?
I don't see why not.
I mean,
I could definitely use a long rest to get rid of this exhaustion.
yeah.
But I'll do whatever everyone else wants to do. I really don't have super strong feelings, but
That's probably like the last safest place we can think of in this cave so far.
Yeah, it's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah. Sure, let's do it.
the thought is
Okay.
very funny though. Of like, we just collapsed this tunnel. Now we're gonna sleep.
Yeah, so you probably sit down, put up the dome. Are people staying awake to keep watch, or everyone just bedding down?
Yeah.
I will say with how late it is, if someone takes, if you're going to have someone take watch, you'll probably either have to rest longer, or that person is going to have to make a save or be exhausted. They'll still get the benefits of a long rest, but they won't necessarily but they'll take exhaustion from, like, all your things will recharge, but you might be exhausted if you keep watch.
I mean, the whole point of this is to avoid an exhaustion. So, I'll just throw out another gray bag of tricks.
Okay.
Listen if something squeaks in the night.
It's another. Oh, it's
All
not a
right.
panther. It's a giant elk. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
This elk takes up like half of this tunnel that you're in. Like, it's almost just standing there keeping watch. Is it just being a cork? Okay. So, I'm sure there's a way I could put like a timer up here.
Are we squeezing a long in or just a short one?
A long rest is what other people had decided on.
Oh, good.
So, with your how do we get a timer? Timers. I guess I'll just keep track of it here. So you have effectively, with your everything going there, there is going to need to be at least 1 hour for that one. There are 10 hours of excavation that need to happen. However, the excavation hours won't always be successful. So, since we are resting for 8 hours, I need 8 people to. All right, I just need 8 d20. Right, 8. Yeah. A d20 rolled 8 times, it gets +4.
Each one?
Each one gets +4. So roll a d20 +4 8 times. And the DC,
There's one.
the DC is going to be 15.
There's two.
On a 15 or higher, they make progress.
Should I roll the rest, or you guys want to roll them too?
Doesn't matter.
3. Oh boy. No good.
Okay.
4. No
Ooh.
good. Someone else roll, please.
How many more?
I threw one out there.
We need 4 more. Okay, so we need 3 more.
I just threw another one, so 2 more.
2 more. Wait, what?
Well, he
Wait,
rolled
so 18 plus 4 and a 16,
16
plus 4.
Okay, so what we have?
We have 1, 2, 3 under 15.
Okay, so 3 failures and 5 successes. So they are down to about 3 hours behind you. You don't know that, but that's just for you to know. As you guys awaken, you can hear like explosions and or some level of like you can hear people working on the other side of this barrier from you.
Can I say prior to? Actually, no, because this is an 8-hour duration. Okay, never mind. I would like to cast alarm. I guess around wherever this opening would be, so that maybe we'll know when
they cross.
When they cross.
Okay. Okay, so there, and if someone wants to make a wild perception check, you could know that they're 3 hours behind you. Is anyone really good at listening to the earth? But yeah, that's almost what kind of awakens you is you hear feel a low rumble and then hear like a pulling of.
Sorry.
Yeah. I would say with a 24, you think that they are a lot closer than you think they should be. So.
Is there any more collapsing we can do as we go further on, or is this?
I mean, it's where you collapsed it was more of the like man-altered part of it, and now you're in more of a natural cave system.
Okay.
I think we're just gonna have to kind of roll with it and try and stay ahead as much as we can.
Yeah. So from there, you guys can start heading down into the caverns. And you would say, like, these don't look like mining caverns. These look like subterranean highway. Like as you move down, they're not. It's not intentional. So where you think like mines are a lot of times intentional, like mining down this vein, splitting here, doing that. There are no real splits you come across to. And there's certain parts that are just like naturally smooth that look like not like jagged or poured out, but whether it's by magic or some sort of burrowing animal, you actually even start seeing like foliage and things like that that are living in a place with very little water or if any at all and no sunlight, so they're kind of almost their own bioluminescent at times. It's quite odd. You guys have read stories about the Underdark before, that it's like this weird mushroom place of dark and there's monsters around every corner. But this little like glimpses that you see of what you think might be part of that look quite beautiful, if not alien, but interesting as you start moving down. And in your heads, you think, okay, like this. Hopefully, we're probably on the right track. Like if it's supposed to be, if what we're looking for is supposed to be somewhere in the Underdark, it seems like that is where we are heading at this moment. And I know we're kind of early, but I think that's about as far as I can go. Y'all were supposed to fight dinosaurs for a lot longer.
We didn't fight anybody.
No, not one fight happened.
Unless you count shock and grasp
Yes.
a stranger and mind spiking a stranger.
Yes. So you did fight 2 people. They just happened to be commoners that were killed almost immediately.
Can imagine this like.
Look, they tried to steal our boat. Like, what can I say?
And they did push carrots. Like I imagine it as this like schoolyard fight where it's like, and then he takes out a gun and shoots him. Like.
Yes, a guy just trying to save people from a boat that's sinking gets shot.
Yeah.
The best part is trying to tell a guy, "Hey, take a break." He's like, "Hell no."
I just got chewed out because we weren't going fast enough, and you're telling me to take a break? You guys actually handled that great. Very good job. Good rolls all around. Yes, so you had to do 100 damage to that tunnel to make it collapse.
And the tunnel smacked my ass around.
Let's see. Could Fell have done it by himself? If he rolled all 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Yeah, if you had rolled all 4s, you would have destroyed it yourself. Well, cool.
The Bills are crushing the Jets.
Are they?
Oh, 40-0.
Okay, it must be the end of the game, though.
There's 8 minutes left.
Oof. And the Bills aren't even playing for... I guess they're playing for... No, they can't win home field.
They're still playing for the 2nd seed, because if they lose these next 2 games and Baltimore wins their next game, they will lose. They are not losing this game, but I think if they lose the next game, that would put them at 13-4, and I think Baltimore would be at the same record if Baltimore holds the tiebreaker over the Bills.
Gotcha.
I think. Could be wrong on that, but Baltimore did beat Buffalo, so.
Well, they aren't playing, at least with 12 minutes left in the 4th, they were not playing Josh Allen because Mitch Trubisky had a 69-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and the Jets are playing Tyrod Taylor right now. So I don't know if Aaron Rodgers got hurt. He did get sacked in the end zone.
Yep.
And threw 2 interceptions.
In what world does Derrick Henry get tackled in the end zone?
The world in which he tries to bump it out
Yeah.
to the outside. Tried to make something when he should have just.
It
doesn't matter.
hit
They
the
still
1-yard line.
Yeah, they still crushed the Texans. They still pitched a shutout on the defensive side of the ball.
But no one will ever count that.
Nope, they sure won't.
I didn't realize though that the Green Bay shutout was the first shutout of the year,
which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, cool. Well, should we set a next date? So I have like everything that happens when you guys get to the bottom of this hole planned, but I have no idea what happens on your way there.
Okay, well, figure it out, I guess.
Yep.
And
let's see.
Pretty free, so whenever you guys are.
I think I'm pretty free.
I am good any day but the 19th.
26th.
26th or 12th, up to you guys.
Yeah, let me just check real quick. Hang on.
Oh, no, I'm actually fine. I'm fine. Let me go double check. Well, I don't know. I could maybe also do the 19th. It depends on if that birthday's in the morning or in the afternoon. But Alyssa's not here. So yeah, probably would be better. It would be the 12th or the 26th.
Anyone have any hard constraints on those two? Sounds like no.
Sounds like no. Want to say the 12th then? Colin.
Sure.
Okay, I had something, but it was in February, so I'm good either way.
Perfect.
Well, let's do the 12th then.
Cool.
Cool. All right, dudes.
Cool. Well, thank you guys
Good
so
times.
much. It was a very good time.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Nice
Scott.
job blowing up a boat. Yeah. Guys, have a good rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
See ya.
See ya.